Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind or another. Mischief of one kind or another. What does that mean? Does it mean they're doing something their parents don't want them to do? That's what it means. His mother called him Wild Thing. That's what his mother called him, because he was doing mischief. And Max said, "I'll eat you up." What did he mean by that? And so he was sent to bed without eating anything. Whoa. He must have been real bad. Because if he was sent to bed without eating anything, what was his mother thinking? And what was he doing? That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. Trees grew in Max's room where he was sent because he was bad. Now your imagination starts, and the forest grew and grew and grew until a ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around, and an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through day and night. This was Max in his room, in his imagination. That's the magical part. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Where are the wild things? Maybe they're here. Maybe you are the wild thing. Are you a wild thing? No. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Whoa. This is all in Max's room. And this is all coming from this book. It's all reading in the book until Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with a magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. He just stared, and the wild things were afraid of him. Whoa, boy, he knew how to handle wild things, and they made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, "Let the wild rumpus start." Oh, he started a party, and now they all began to run and jump. All the wild things began to run and jump. Use your imagination about all the wild things doing it. They hung on trees. Look at them, hanging on trees. And then they jumped and danced around. Look, they're jumping and dancing around. Oh, Max is a wild thing. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. Yeah. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely because he had sent everybody off to supper and wanted to be where somewhere where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. How is that possible? So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up and we love you so." And Max said, "No, I'm going because I smell something good to eat." And the wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye, 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 goodbye to wild things, goodbye, and sailed back over a year and in out of weeks and through a day and into the night of his very own room where he found his supper waiting for him. So he just imagined the whole thing. And it was all just in his imagination. And that's what reading can do for you. That's why you got to learn to read and get a book, and you'll see a movie in your mind. Got it? Thank you, everybody.